Okay, you guys, you're going to have two different choices for this mini unit. The first choice is in studying the poem "Twas the Night Before Christmas," and the other choice is going to be to study one of the songs from the Broadway show Hamilton. Um, Something important for you to know is that this mini unit is designed to steer us deeper into the elements of poetry, comparing historical topics, avoiding plagiarism, sharpening our sentence structures, and conducting our own research. So both mini units do the same thing, working on the same skills, and they're very similar levels of analysis. Um, the poem and the song are basically the same level as each other, so it's not like one's easier than the other or anything like that. But let me just give you a little more information. So if you choose "Twas the Night Before Christmas," one thing that's important for you to know is that it is not about religion. We are not in this unit discussing the Christian faith or, um, you know, um, talking about the reason for Christmas or anything like that. Instead, it's really about how Santa became Santa. I never really realized this, but the history of this poem, when I studied it a little bit, it really is very fascinating about how when we think of Santa today, we think of a big, jolly man in a red suit with a white beard and a hat with a pom pom at the end, with reindeer and all that sort of thing. And that all came from somewhere. That image that we have in our head of Santa all came from somewhere. And so this poem and the study that goes along with it is going to allow you to learn more about that. It's really about the impact of one poem and how that poem has shaped our culture and our society and that sort of thing. And then additionally, there's a big mystery about who actually wrote that poem. Do you guys know who Alexander Hamilton is? He's currently on our $10 bill. He's one of the founding fathers of our nation. There's been a huge Broadway play created about him. Well, one of the big things that we know about Alexander Hamilton is that his life ended. This is him over here dying. Uh, his life ended when he got into a big duel, which is a fight to the death, with the vice president at the time, who was Aaron Burr. And Aaron Burr shot him, and right before he died, he was he had someone come visit him to do what's called a last rites kind of ceremony. And so if you're imagining this is Alexander Hamilton right here, which is not, by the way, but if it was, the guy that's over here doing the last rites with him, the priest, this guy's son is the guy who wrote "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." We think. There's controversy about it. Some people don't believe that that's actually the case. And so this study about "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" will actually dig deeper into this whole controversy, and you can decide for yourself what you believe. So Clement Clark Moore we think is the one who wrote "A Visit from St. Nicholas," which later was turned into "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." And that was in 1823. But like I said, you can decide on the authorship yourself as part of that unit if you choose that route. Okay? So I already brought up Hamilton, and this brings us to our next option. If you choose the Hamilton study, then what you're going to be doing is actually listening to the song that's in the opening number of the Broadway play. And it is awesome. We will listen to it. You'll be able to look at the lyrics and kind of pull it apart. The guy who wrote this whole play up here at the top, his name is Lin-Manuel Miranda. He is brilliant. He's a brilliant writer, songwriter, rappist. Is that a word? Rappist? Rapper? Anyway, he does phenomenal work, and he actually plays Hamilton on the Broadway play quite often. So anyways, very talented man. He's won lots of awards. And so we're going to look at his song, and we're going to look at the history of the actual real Alexander Hamilton, and we're going to compare Alexander Hamilton's real life to the life in the song that they talk about. And so there's going to be, again, just that level of analysis and comparing. There's going to be an argument that you get to kind of research on your own and create your own claim for. So those are your two choices, and I hope that you're happy with one of them. And we can talk more when this is done here. Thanks.